Hey guys, I've been trying to go live on YouTube for about 45 minutes now, and it is just spinning. So I understand when I keep hearing the term struggle stream. I'm not sure what's going on. It could be the fact that it is raining out here. I'm not really sure what's going on with the connection, but I decided to go ahead and record the video so that I can upload it. This is my first YouTube. So I've been using YouTube for years now, but I've used the platform to add my family members' videos and also share videos that I really enjoy. I also save music videos that are mainly from the 90s. I love that music. And that way I can go back and listen to it without having to punch in exactly what I want to hear or a certain artist. I am Sweet Lemon, Frances Lillian Bynum. That is, Frances Lillian Bynum is my government name. No hidden secrets. Sweet Lemon. And I call myself Sweet Lemon because I am sweet, but there is a sour side of me. So, for the most part, I've really worked hard to make sure that that goes away, but we are who we are, and we just continue to work to get better. But it's also really cute and catchy. Um, I have a podcast that I've been doing since I want to say 2018. I started on the platform Anchor Radio. I then went to Apple Radio. So with Anchor, they allow other podcasts to grab a hold of our information and then just expand that channel so that more people will have the opportunity to listen to us. I decided to go ahead and start a YouTube channel so that I can have a visual platform for myself. So I'm not going to stop the podcast. I look at the podcast as if it is therapy as well as development. With YouTube, it is going to be the same way. So I have been working on doing public speaking since I was in elementary school. However, there are some things that I want to work on. I love interviewing individuals, getting more information from them, sharing information so that I can help people get what they need. However, when the table is turned and someone wants to interview me or they have questions that may feel a little personal, um, I'm not really ready for those conversations. They don't come out the way that they normally should. So, this is my way of developing myself, using the YouTube platform to better my public speaking and allowing myself to be more vulnerable. I plan on doing a lot of different things on this platform. So, I'll talk about things that I normally talk about on the podcast, which would be everyday things that everybody deal with. But I'll share my perspective on how I was able to possibly overcome situations or how I'm developing myself, encouraging individuals to keep going. There are going to be times where life gets really tough, but there are deep seated reasons why we need you to keep going and to stay positive. And if no one tells you, that's what I'm here for. So, coming up in the months to come, I do have some interviews that are going to be scheduled because people have lives and things do change. The interviews may fluctuate. I want to share a couple of people that we will have coming on. I have someone that will share her makeup line, and her background is Spanish. And so her makeup line is going to be geared towards women of the Spanish background.
Or Hispanic.
She'll share more information on that, though. I'll also have a artist. So I am huge on giving gifts. One of the things that I like to do is give gifts that share maybe something special that I see in an individual. And so the artist has so far done 3 pictures for me for individuals that um, may have motivated me in some way, or they just have a special place in my heart. And I wanted to show them that they are appreciated. So this artist is going to be around for a while because there are a lot of pictures to be given. But I also wanted to share him with you all because if you don't know, how can you get your pictures done? What I love about his art is that I will give him a little information on an individual, and he creates the photo from there. So he can take a photo of who you are, but the surrounding um, within the surroundings within the picture are going to come from his thought process or what he felt about the story. And the last photo that he just did for me, um, it was so beautiful. So, but he will tell you more about who he is, how he does it. I have an individual that will come on and talk about technology. She's a Scrum Master, how you can get into that field. One thing that I noticed is that a lot of individuals don't have information on the IT world. And because it is so large, your mind can get wrapped up in IT, computers, um, connected it to the internet, um, using the cloud. But it's so much more to IT than that. So she's just going to give you her piece of what a Scrum Master is. Um, and I asked her to come on because she's the one that's training me. So I think that IT is really important because it's the way of the world. No matter what you touch, technology is going to have some kind of effect on it. And then in a bit, I'll give you a little information about me and why some of the areas I speak about I am qualified to talk about. Um, I also wanted to share, so that's just in the month of March. Going forward in April, I have a couple of new artists that are coming out. Actually, there are going to be, it's 5 new artists that I will interview. I will also interview a firefighter that is here in the Atlanta area, and he will give you details on what he does at his fire station and what made him become a firefighter, or what keeps him in that line of work. So I just want to give you guys a little information on the individuals that you will meet coming up soon, and the fact that the individuals that I interview, they will be people that you see every single day. And you may question, how did they get into that line of work? But you are not able to go up to them and have that conversation. You don't feel comfortable. Or you may be thinking about changing your line of work or going into something. These interviews will help you to get a little more feedback on what these people are doing and how they got into these fields. They will also share details on how you can reach out to them. And so with social media being such a large way of connecting with people, I think it's important that everyone gets into it so that you can reach out to different people. Expand your network. We'll also talk about networking because it's very important. The reason why I know so many people is because I love to network. So I don't think there is anyone that is in a field and I'm not aware of what they do or how they do it, how they got into the field. I'm interested in people. So if you are around me, I want to know what you're doing, why you're doing it, and how you got into it. So a little bit about me. What makes me so qualified to have these conversations? First of all, I enjoy getting to know people. I also enjoy developing myself. So we'll start from the beginning. Years and years ago, my mother made me go to school to become a CNA. So that allowed me to see, do I want to be in the nursing field at all? Can I take care of people? So what I learned through that was that I enjoy taking care of individuals. What I don't enjoy is seeing them get sick. What I cannot take is seeing them pass away. And within the short couple of months that I was there were way too many people that passed away, and I couldn't take it. Um, I did see a body, and I was asked to help clean the body. Yes, that was definitely my last day because I just couldn't do it. I could not do it. Um, and from there forward, I didn't think that I would be able to be in a regular job. I should have started at, okay, so that. I tried that. When I first moved to Georgia, I modeled. Um, I wrote. So I write songs. I did do a demo. Um, and I still enjoy writing to this day. You can Google me, Frances Lillian Bynum, and you'll see some of my poetry. So I've been writing since I was in elementary school. I do really enjoy it. As far as the modeling, the acting, it was something that I decided that I would just try. I ran into someone by the name of Andre Goopsley, and Andre had a talent division basically on the Access channel. So if I'm remembering correctly, it would come on channel 2. Um, his company was called Adonis International, and it was in College Park. And it's so funny because when I meet people and they talk about things that were going on in College Park, I'm thinking, wow, College Park really had it going on. Like, I just knew Andre. I knew what he did, and so I would go down there, and I would do the runway. The one thing I really loved about Andre is that I'm very modest in my dress, and but if you ever see me in something crazy, then don't judge me. I do have sisters that will dress me sometime, and I like them, but for the most part, if I'm dressing myself, I am very modest. And so Andre would allow me to wear my own clothes. I would bring my own clothes and I would walk in them. And he was very lenient. It wasn't you had to come during the time that we were doing the walk, because it was being recorded on a Friday night, and then it would come on the Access channel that Saturday morning. And so you had to come, if I'm remembering correctly, around 9 o'clock. They recorded, there was an audience, which was really cool. So it wasn't just like you were walking on the runway looking crazy. You were literally walking. Trying to remember, I learned to walk in high school, which was absolutely crazy. One of my friends, and I have very few of those, but we're still friends to this day. Jaquala Lewis, she ran a modeling, it was like maybe a small group or something when we were in high school. And I literally walked like I watched them. I'm an observer. So I like to watch people and then do things my own way. So I literally watched the way people walk, picked up on certain things that they did. And for the most part, my cousin told me this. When you look at me, you don't know what I'm thinking. I love that. When he said that, I was like, wow, that's really good. But that's what I did. Straight face, and I walked, and from there, I had it. So that's the same walk that I did when I met Andre. He asked me to walk for him. I walked, and him and his other judges loved it immediately. So I did modeling for him. I then went on to the William Reynolds agency. I stopped working for Andre not because of anything negative. He was such a good guy, such a kind-hearted person, but I lived in Lilburn. So if anyone is from Georgia, you know how far Lilburn is from College Park. And then being young, I didn't want to be outside that dark. I used to ask people to go with me. that lived in my area. But after a while, people can't just go to work with you. So that's why I started. I started working for the William Reynolds modeling agency after that, and I figured I would pick up modeling gigs from there. I went in, I read for William, and immediately he put me on his roster. I did a couple of things for him, and then after a while, I just needed a break. I went and I did this ad, and when I did the ad, it just wasn't me. I didn't have to do anything bad or anything like that, but it was the environment that I was in, and I was just very uncomfortable and didn't want to do it. So after that, but I was married, so it wasn't like I had to work. I was just enjoying my life and trying different things. Thereafter, I went to school to be a paralegal. So you'll see, I'm very well rounded, I'll say. So I went to school to be a paralegal. After going to school to be a paralegal, I went to cosmetology school. So I am a master cosmetologist. I can do facials, I can do nails. No, my nails are not done. I can do hair, I can do pedicures. Never will I do a pedicure. Even in school, I would be like, absolutely not. Like, what else do you need me to do?
Have a good night.
Sorry, that's Alexa.
I don't have any work updates for today.
Even though I'm recording, I'm just going to let her play out because there will be times when I'm on live and I may or may not edit something. So I'm just going to go, not edit that out. You know, Alexa's here. So after going to school to be a cosmetologist, I did work in a couple of salons. It was not my thing, so I literally probably did it a couple of months. I didn't go to school to really work in salons. I kind of wanted to use that talent for the people that I love. That's it. And so I did that throughout the years. I was able to braid hair, relax hair, perm hair, cut. One thing that I didn't ever really take to is doing sew-ins and coloring. I feel like in order to color, even though I went to one of the schools, Empire Beauty School, that really took coloring serious, we learned chemistry. They really got into it. I just didn't feel like I wanted to test people's hair like that. I care about people way too much. And then I did a sewing in my sister's hair, and yeah, no. So, but I did have a friend that continued to let me do her sewing, and she loved it. So I'm sure eventually, and she loved it, but when I did it, I felt like I was using way too much hair. So sometimes the clients will like your work, and I'm a perfectionist. So if I don't like it, that's great that you like it. I can't keep doing something that I don't like. So during this time, people were coming to my home, or I would go to their home and I would do their hair. So after that, after hair school, I just couldn't do it. I got into a couple of other things. Nothing bad or anything like that. I did get into childcare. I became a pre-K teacher. Really liked that. It was hard to walk away from. And I only walked away because I went into corporate. I really enjoyed the children. I love seeing them grow and develop themselves, but corporate was something that I truly desired. I would go past the buildings in Dunwoody and wonder what is going on in those buildings, and do I need to be in those buildings? Would I fit in those buildings? Because I wasn't a corporate person. I didn't have the personality to where I dressed up. every single day when I went to go to my meetings, and do my worship. Of course, I dressed up, but every single day I was more which is weird because I hate jeans to this day, but I would wear jeans and a t-shirt. So my wardrobe had to change, and I started wearing the things that I would wear to my meetings. And now, yeah, I dress like a nun for the most part. What else? So yeah, going to corporate, absolutely loved it. Did not know I would love it the way I love it. It's 8 years now, and then it's kind of sort of telling y'all my age, but went into corporate, loved it. I had to start from the basics because I didn't have that background. Oh, before that, I did own a credit repair company, and I worked with people that are in the industry. So that was cool to kind of continue to build those connections because I never knew what I was going to do. As I mentioned before, I did do a CD too. So I did a CD. I wrote the song, went into the studio same day, recorded. It was hot. They did play the song in different places, sports bars, the school that I went to, the Empire Beauty School, and then I gave it to Wanda Smith one day because she was coming to the beauty school to get her hair done. And then I had a friend that played it at Oceans in Norcross. So, and people loved it. Like, people were singing the song and everything. The thing is that the lyrics were not who I knew I wanted to be. So, and it was a song. It wasn't rap or anything like that. And it wasn't vile language, but me being who I am, I pulled back. And if I do something, even if it's really good, and I know that it may hurt who I am in the future, I definitely will pull it back and take it away. But the experience still stays with me. So knowing that I can write a song, go into the studio, and it's hot, and I'm working with DJs and producers that people really want to get in contact with, it was a really good experience. So back into corporate. I go to corporate and decide to go to school. So I go get my associate's degree. My associate's is in criminal justice. I go into the public affairs division after about a year or so. And then I get to know my position. After knowing my position, I then decide I want my bachelor's. And so I get my bachelor's in criminal justice with a focus in forensic science. Forensic science spoke to criminal cybercrime. So getting to know more about cybercrime, to me, that was really crazy because I couldn't believe that people really spend time on a computer trying to break into people's information. Like, my first thought was, please get a life and please get a job. That's just weird to me. It's just really weird. So I wanted to know more about it. And then my thought process took me to, well, who's protecting our security? Do we have people here that are doing that? And when I said those words, a whole new world opened up because you really don't hear about what's going on in IT. So I was able to learn that there are so many divisions within IT that no one person will be able to successfully learn them all in a really short amount of time. I set up meetings with people that are in the field that are doing different things. So everybody that I met with, they do different things. After meeting with them, my mind was still boggled. What are you talking about? Okay, I understand that you do cybercrime, that you do cybersecurity. Okay, that's great. But everything that you're saying to me kind of sounds like gibberish. It's almost like learning a new language. It is learning a new language. And so I spoke with the Scrum Master. I spoke with developers. I spoke with engineers. Everybody did something completely different. Product owners. And so what I decided to do was go to school. What better way to understand technology than to sit down and learn it? And I knew that if I'm going to retire from corporate, we don't know what's going to happen. But if that is my desire, then I need to give more information. And I was told, you don't need a degree to be able to do this. As when I get the degrees, it's not necessarily about a company, it's about me. So the company's name is not on my degrees. My name is on there. So no matter where I go, I still have these degrees. So I decided to get my master's degree in information and technology and project management. And so I finished school. My degree was done November 2nd, crazy, of 2022. And right now I'm working with a couple of different teams to learn more about their project management style, how to run a project, how to work with developers, how to work with management, and what my role will be in that. And I'm truly enjoying it. Within the weeks to come, I'll be working with someone closer. Not really like we're close, but I'll be working closely with this individual. And after that, I'll start doing my own projects. So it feels like a really long road. It actually hasn't been a really long road, but I have gone to school for just about everything. But I'm glad that I finally have the degrees. What's to come? Will I go get my doctoral degree? Probably. Yeah. Probably. When? That is to be determined. It has to feel right. I received my bachelor's and my master's back to back, but I'm still young, so I'm not really in a rush to get the doctoral degree. And the doctoral degree would be for me. It wouldn't be for a company. I wouldn't get more money for having that. There's not a position in the company, I don't believe, the AVPs have it. If they do, that's not what got them the position. So it's more so having the experience, developing yourself. That's what gets you to the next level. So that's what I'm doing right now, developing myself, learning from other people, learning to take direction and being open to change, which before, honestly, while I was in school, it's like, mind your own business. If I'm not asking you, please keep it to yourself. Because I didn't need anyone to try and get me to veer off when at the end of the day, we are in this alone. Yes, you may have some kind of guidance from me, but when I'm walking every single day, or if I am doing my job, or if wherever I am, it's just me. And so I didn't need someone to give me bad guidance and take me off of my road. I knew I wanted my degrees. And I don't regret it. I don't regret not hanging out or doing other things as opposed to focusing on developing myself, because it helped me in so many other areas. So that is why I am qualified to talk about so many different things. Do I want to hear you all's feedback? Of course I do. These videos are really to continue to develop myself. But as mentioned before, if there are people that are trying to do certain things, then I hope these videos help you. I look forward to the interviews that are to come. I'm super excited. And I'm going to try my live again because, hello, I want to be able to go live. I don't want to have to record everything. I think it's pretty cool to be able to have in the moment situations happen that you can't take back, because that's genuine. and I want to be able to show my authentic self, and I want my guests to be able to be authentic as well, and not say, "Hey, let's pull this back and re-record." Um, if you want to check out my podcast, it is Sweet Lemon Francis Lillian Bynum. If you want to check out my poetry, put in Sweet Lemon Francis Lillian Bynum. It'll probably come up. If you have questions and you want to share them with me, go ahead and send them to me. I'm put them in the chat. Put them in the chat. I'll definitely be reading. If there are things that you want to know about me, as long as it's not personal, I don't mind answering. What school I went to, things like that, business related. But if it's personal, then don't think I'm ignoring you. It's just not something that I'm open to. That's not why I'm here. So again, this is my first video. In times to come, they will become longer, but they won't be so long that you feel as if they're drawn out. Oh, my gear. There is a company here that makes my gear, and she will also come on the show as well, and she'll give you more information about who she is, and I think you guys will be surprised about who she is. But she will definitely, anything that you ask her to do, she will do it for you. She just did an undergarment set, and her quality of work is really good. She did my shirts. She did some other things as well, but I love her quality. You know how some stuff peels? Absolutely not. She did bag for me, mug for me. So she's really good, but you'll see her on the show as well. You'll also see, I do have a couple of wrestlers that are going to come on as well. They are on AEW. And so look forward to hearing their story, getting to know more about them and where you can find them. So much more to come. I am so glad that I jumped on here. I thought it would be really weird talking to myself, but I know that you all are listening and that you all are eventually going to start coming to the table and getting more information. If there are topics that you want me to talk about, leave them in the chat. Please like, share, and subscribe. I have to remember to say that. I said I was going to get like a plaque or something. That'll remind me so that I can just point to it and say, yeah, right there. Eventually, my background will not be like this. I literally just moved maybe about 2 weeks ago. And so I'm still doing things. So my background will be different. My degrees will be up there. A couple of things that are not a lot, just really because I'm simple. So just a couple of things up there that will give you just a little bit about me, who I am. So as I do on my podcast, I'm going to do here. Thank you for watching. So different. Thank you for watching Sweet Lemon's podcast. I look forward to getting to know you all and hearing your comments. I know that there's a feature that while I'm live will allow you to join. So, and I may need to look more into that to see if that is why you're not able to join, because I am still new. It's my first time trying to go live. But I look forward to adding some of you on to get your feedback on some of the conversations that we're having. And I look forward to you subscribing. Thank you for watching Sweet Lemon YouTube channel. And I look forward to chatting with you guys soon. Thank you.